Sistas Bonafide, Sistas Bonafide, Sistas Bonafide. I got my sister and me.
Hey, Sistas Bonafide Family, what's going on? Hey, sister girl.
Hey, girl.
What's going on, y'all? So we're just gonna jump right into this. First of all, when we know we've been away for a long time, so thank you guys for rocking out with us.
Yes.
But we wanted to talk to you guys today about the topic of, I guess, the month at this point. If you haven't heard about this situation, you've been literally hiding under a rock. Like, we don't know where you've been. And basically, what we're gonna talk about today is the violent incident that happened between Will Smith and Chris Rock, and that infamous walk up to the stage and the slap that Will Smith gave Chris Rock on stage, live television, over a joke about Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now there's a lot of just a lot of opinions and stuff that's floating around on the internet, but as you know, your girls here are gonna tell it like it is, tell it from our perspective, what we think about the situation. So, Steph, you want to start, girl? What do you think about it? When you saw this video, what went through your mind?
So, what went through my mind at first was that I was completely shocked. Mm-hmm. I know Will Smith hasn't been like the exemplary character or the spokesperson for, the Black and brown community or anything like that. He's not perfect, but I was really shocked to see this behavior from him. I won't lie. Right. We've never really seen him in like this type of drama before or violent or anything like that. So I was shocked. Mm-hmm. And then I just started thinking so many things. Like I'm trying to. I watched it like 10 times because I really wanted to try to understand where he could have his actions could have been warranted. Like, right. I'm like, I love Will. I'm a major fan. Right. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna state this right now. I've never really been a fan of Chris Rock. Right? I've never really been a fan of Chris Rock. I've never really found him funny or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So Team Will, I'm like trying to understand. Like, I can't. There's nothing I can see or find or, nothing where I can try to like justify his actions. So yeah, period, point blank, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. What do you think? What were your initial thoughts?
Same. First of all, I thought it was staged.
That's another thing.
You know what I mean? Like, I because you know how sometimes they do those things where, it'll be like a little interlude, whatever the case is, like they'll like do something where it's kind of part of the show and it's trying to be funny. Mm-hmm. So when I saw Will Smith strut up on stage, it was like, okay, they're trying to do something funny. Mm-hmm. And literally, I don't even think Chris Rock knew that slap was coming. Like, I literally thought maybe he would have like whispered something in his ear, whatever, something along those lines.
Even at the moment of Will walking up, you're saying you don't think? Yeah, I believe the same.
I just did not think that it was actually going to turn violent, and I don't think Chris Rock did either. And I agree with you. I never found Chris Rock funny. I just was never really a fan. I will say that I loved Everybody Hates Chris. That's the only thing that I loved about him, from his body of work. But like, other than that, I never really found him funny. So I'm Team Will too. But like you said, I just could not see how his actions were warranted.
I agree.
It had me thinking of like, there were a couple of things that ran through my mind once I realized that this was real. It had me thinking like, there are certain people who do things to other people when they know that they're not going to get a reaction out of them.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I immediately after I watched that video, I was like, now had Chris Rock been, let's say, Snoop Dogg, for the sake of the conversation, and he had made that joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, right? Would Will Smith have walked his behind up there and smacked Snoop Dogg? I don't think so.
Had it been Snoop Dogg, had it been Marlon, had it been Martin Lawrence. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I just said that just to throw out the fact that like other comedians who
exactly
do those things,
Exactly. Exactly. I'm just like, you people do things when it's to me, it's like that bully syndrome where it's just, you know that you're not going to get, have a retaliation back on you. So you feel like, okay, I'm gonna do what I need to do to prove my dominance or to, do whatever. I don't know what was going through his mind, but and not to bogart the conversation. And I want to get your thoughts on this. Before, actually after the joke was made, I looked at Will Smith and he was laughing. He was chuckling over the joke.
Yeah.
So, but then I saw Jada and she wasn't feeling it. So I think that's what triggered him to go up there and smack him and come back to his seat. So, but it was embarrassing, for Chris Rock. Again, I don't find him funny, but still, like that's a grown man that you're going up there smacking. Like, what are you doing? And it was the smack, but then it was also to me, the worst part was like the strut back to his seat. Like, yeah, I smacked you. What you gonna do? Like, are you serious?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Listen, like I told you, I wrote my thoughts down, and and of course you're my twin, because that's literally my number one on my paper. I said he laughed at first. It wasn't until he saw Jada wasn't happy. Right. So it shows that he didn't initially feel a way, or he didn't initially feel the need to protect her, so to speak, because he thought it was funny. So for me, it's kind of like, oh snap, she ain't laugh. I'm not trying to catch the heat when I get home. Because it probably would have been like, oh, so you sat there and laughed, or you let him say that, or even so, like, how could you laugh about that?
Exactly.
Right. So that was like my number one thing. And everybody, I think, caught that. Everybody noticed that he chuckled at first. He's a comedian himself. So stop it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So aside from that, I said, if you're attending the Oscars and you know that Chris Rock is going to be the host, he's been hosting the Oscars. This is not his first rodeo.
First time. Nope.
Know that it's a free-for-all. He's a comedian who makes jokes on people in the audience. That's a part of the stand-up. That's a part of the hosting. And there's a chance that people are going to get ragged on. And I didn't watch it, but from what I hear or have read, rather, they're not the only ones who got joked on.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And from comedian to comedian, come on.
Exactly.
Will understands that. So it's like, which we'll dive into further. It's like there's more to it. There's more to it,
There definitely is. And let's dive into it now, because I feel like Jada Pinkett Smith obviously has had a lot, if not all, to do with his actions. And to me, I've seen a lot online lately, and I'm probably gonna get backlash for this, but I'm gonna just say it, whatever. I've seen, a lot of conversations trying to compare like Black women not being protected and, being ragged on and, being disrespected by other people, and comparing those situations, like our new Supreme Court Justice, Judge Jackson, the way that she was ridiculed and hammered during those proceedings, and compared to what Jada Pinkett Smith went through. And it's just like, you cannot compare the two. These are two totally different issues. Because number one, Jada and Will have put themselves in a predicament where, like you said, if you're putting yourself in a media free for all, like where anybody can rag at you, like you're doing that to yourself with this whole, August Alsina thing, whatever his name is, and with the whole red table talk thing after that, you've put yourself out. You put yourselves out there purposely for whatever reason. Okay, so it's just like, those are the type of situations where those are two totally different things, and you know what you're putting yourselves into. So, with that said, it doesn't make sense to me for how could you get upset when, when a comedian makes a joke it was just a plain joke in reference to, something that, okay, she may be going through something in terms of her alopecia, and I would never discredit that, but it was a joke, and it wasn't, something that hasn't been said before. Let's just keep it 100% real. Like it was something that's been said before. Right. Like, so it was just out of pocket. But with Jada, to me, you'd have to be a very toxic, manipulative person to, be able to control somebody that much. Mm-hmm. Somebody who is there at the Oscars to celebrate his accomplishments. Mm-hmm. Your husband, to have him want to go up there and defend you in that way. You have to be some type of toxic person, because this night wasn't even about her. It's about your husband. So why would you, to me, it was all enticing him to want to act out. And it was basically because of her. She wanted some type of reaction to him, because like you said, if he didn't, it would have been probably World War III at the house when they got home. So he felt like he had to defend his honor and his wife's honor, but that wasn't the time or the place. Right. Like, there's so many other different outlets. If you felt that your wife was disrespected, okay, nobody can take away how you feel about it. Same token, you're at an event that's supposed to be celebrating your accomplishments. Okay, don't let your ego and the fact that you've been being played for the last however many years get in the way of that, because that's ridiculous. And to me, that slap wasn't meant for Chris Rock. Agreed. It wasn't meant for him. He was just he lashed out, and that was just a straw that brought the camel's back, but it wasn't meant for him.
Right. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I know I rambled a lot, but
no, you're not. I agree with that. Mm-hmm. And I also agree, like, it's in no way are we saying, we're downplaying her sickness, and I hear alopecia could be very painful. And also, I know this for a fact because I know someone personally who suffers from alopecia. It can be very detrimental to your self-esteem. Right. Not only do you lose your hair on your head, you lose your eyelashes, you can lose your eyebrows, mm-hmm. So it's not to downplay the sickness, but let's be real, the joke wasn't about her sickness, it was about the style. He compared her to G.I. Jane, I think.
Jane, yeah. Mm-hmm.
First of all, Demi Moore, I think, who played her originally, rocked the low cut head. She rocked the low cut haircut. She's gorgeous.
Exactly.
He compared the style, exactly. The low cut hair. Jada's always rocked the low haircut.
Exactly.
She had even made comments about her alopecia. I believe in one video, she talked about how much she embraced it and how she was confident to rock her bald head or her low cut hair. Right. So to me, if you really find confidence in something and you are really you have really come to terms with it and you feel confident in the way you look, I don't really think her little smirk was about the joke. I think it was, she just had a problem. Homegirl looked like she had an attitude. She had a face even before that, so I think there's like some, they have a history. I think the history is rocky between Chris Rock and them. I feel, like you said, that moment was about Will. And even if she felt the way, let's say she actually felt the way, I feel like, why not address it later? Why not wait till you're done? Tap your husband and say, you know what, I really think that was fun.
Yep.
I wasn't feeling that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think you should joke. And she felt like, oh, I have a medical condition. We know him personally. I think that I wasn't expecting him to go there with me or whatever. Mm-hmm. She could have handled that differently, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, did they not boycott the Oscars?
They did.
Jada boycotted the Oscars last year, try to get everyone to boycott the Oscars, right? Mm-hmm. So here's my feelings. Homegirl decided to go there this year with an attitude. Mm-hmm. She boycotted and wanted everybody else to boycott last year because of lack or underrepresentation of Black talent.
Right.
So you and your husband go there and that's how you choose to represent? I'm just saying.
That is a great point.
I'm just saying. I'm like baffled. I'm like, you want them to include and show our greatness. Yep. But you can't even take a joke without responding violently.
Exactly.
How you chose to represent our people.
It's true. That's a great. I forgot all about their whole boycott of the Oscars, and now that we actually have a seat at the table, you're gonna act out against a fellow Black person. Like that's his profession to make jokes. You're mad about that. You could be mad all you want, but come on, be professional. This is the equivalent to you or I going to work and we have some type of function and our significant others feel slighted by a joke that somebody made and they go and slap somebody. Like that is the same thing. This is your husband's profession. Just because you only on that stupid red table talk, that don't mean you gotta be coming at your husband that way.
He's like, yeah, like what happened? She wanted her, ask her.
Girl, you better come better than some red table talk, because what have you been in besides Facebook?
I'm just saying, girl. Like, come on. You talk about underrepresentation. They have a whole Black man hosting this. Mm-hmm. You know, like, come on. And that's how you want to be my boy, though? Like really okay, people are like, oh, you can't blame Jada for... No, you can blame Jada. Because she basically instigated it. Because she sat there with her nasty face and an attitude and kind of was like...
And exactly.
You know your husband. That been your husband of over 30, 40 years, whatever the heck. Mm-hmm. She knew how her actions would affect him.
Exactly.
Especially, we already know that they've been having all of these problems. So if she's like, maybe one of her things was, oh, I feel like you don't defend me more. I feel like you don't have my back more. You know what I'm saying? So if they trying to work things out or patch things up, it's like, oh, I better use this opportunity, you know?
Exactly. Girl, I completely agree with you. One thing I did want to mention to you now before it slips my mind. What do you think about Will Smith's acceptance speech when he was actually presented the Oscar, and then his follow-up apology? What do you think about those things?
I did see his speech. I'm not gonna say that I listened in depth.
Right.
But I noticed that he was crying. I thought it was bogus. First of all, can I just say something?
Please.
With Eb, I don't know what it is, but when these actors and actresses cry, like, how could you ever really believe them? It's so hard. Like, you'll be like, are you really hurt? Are you really
exactly?
I don't know, because we all know homeboy could cry and pew and make you cry. Because he said, you ain't my father. Listen, I was in tears, okay?
He's always crying.
And the Fresh Prince told his father to get out. Okay? You know, so I was like, stop it. I was like, okay, Will, come on now. You know, the Fresh Prince episode, we played him. I said, that look kind of similar. And then he had the nerve to not... What were you apologizing to the Academy for? Apologize to Chris. Mm-hmm. Girl, I don't know, but what do you think?
I hear you. And the part that I didn't listen to it in depth either, but I do remember hearing vaguely two things that he did. So he referenced, because you know he was awarded the Oscar, I think, for his role in the Serena and Venus Williams biopic, King Richard or something like that. So it was about his father, so he played their father in the movie. Mm-hmm. So he kind of like correlated the two things, like basically him as a man who loves his wife and love can do crazy things, and then he made reference to Richard Williams, their father. So I'm like, I know you're not trying to do this right now. How dare you even relate the two? Because your actions ain't got nothing to do with this Oscar. In the movie that you played, in this man's role in his daughter's lives. Don't even try it. Now, whether we believe, whatever we think about Richard Williams, that's our business. But the fact of the matter is that why are you trying to marry the two? These have nothing to do with each other. Your actions just overpowered what you're being honored for. Like, and all these tears and stuff, you could keep it because don't nobody believe you, bro. You always crying. Like, why? Like you said, who gonna believe you? You stay crying. Like,
he cried when his father left. He cried when him and Jada was locked in the bathroom. He cried in 7 pounds when he got hurt. He cried at the Red Table Talk. Why you mad at Yo, and for everybody, and I know you my sister Missa, but for everybody that's saying, oh, he was protecting Jada, and oh, I think one of these celebrities probably be a Nicki Minaj. I don't know. They'll get mad that I mix them up. But one of these celebrities, I think it was Nicki Minaj. She basically said something like, you speak on somebody's wife, or you gotta be prepared. Okay, I'm trying to figure out all of these people that are saying this. Did they feel that? Where were they? Did anybody say he should have Jada's back when she was sleeping with homeboy? So ain't nobody was worried about defending Jada's honor or protecting Jada and Will having her back when she was sleeping around on him with their mutual friend, and this man had no clue.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So come on, if you ask me, I don't know. He ain't give August that energy. I'm just gonna sit.
This is what I'm saying.
A homeboy could sleep with your woman, be in your house, pretend like he's your friend, pretend like he's her friend. That's the ultimate disrespect. And where's the slap? Where's the slap? I'm just asking because that's how you know that joke is not what set him off.
It's not. You're absolutely right.
It can't be because this woman has publicly humiliated you, bro. Publicly made you look like a fool. And I'm not saying, because listen, we don't know what's fact and what's true or false. And Will, I think, had messed around on her. And it's not about a tit for tat or anything.
No.
But that furthermore, you guys have been through so much in your relationship. And you have made a public spectacle of your entire family. You put your business in the public. You give people who are not celebrities room to comment on your business, have an opinion about your situation. And so why now?
Exactly.
Why now? So listen.
I completely agree. Like, listen, that slap he was not going to give August Alsina the same energy. And let's be honest, like, let's keep it a buck. Like, Will Smith can handle himself. Like, he from Philly. Like, he knows how to handle himself.
He's a big man. That's a big man.
You heard that slap? A punch, but it was an open hand slap.
But let's talk about how homeboy stood there and took it like a G.
He did. Like, he got a
Come on, Chris Rock is 57 years old. Will Smith is like 52 or 53.
Yeah, right.
Something like that. This man is almost 60. He took that to the chin like a real champ.
He really did. He truly
budged. I'm just saying. Come on now.
Exactly. And let's really, not to go too deep into it, but let's really talk about it, because if Chris Rock had said, bump these Oscars, we about to get it cracking, Brooklyn versus Philly style, like, how could he have been wrong? Like,
he wouldn't have
been wrong. I'm sorry.
But honestly, I'm going to say something. Like I said, I've never been a fan of Chris Rock. He doesn't make me laugh. I'm not going to discredit his work. I think I love Everybody Hates Chris. Maybe, you know, but everybody has a different style of
It's different, right? Same.
However, this made me have a newfound respect for him. Because he really was a class act. Like
he was.
This man got disrespect, and to me, I don't know what it is, but a smack.
A smack? I'd rather you punch me in my face and smack
me. Then smack me, because it's like, and then man to man, like I'm gonna slap you like a little, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, you're absolutely right.
And I actually felt bad for Chris Rock, because you know, afterwards, like, he kind of looked to the side. I'm sorry, but they should have pulled Will out of there instantly. If Kanye can't perform at the Grammys because of his outlandish tweets about his own damn family,
that's true.
Y'all should have got Will escorted out of there.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't
care who he is, how much money he has, what his title is, what his stature is. He assaulted somebody.
He did.
Take his ass out of there. And
exactly. That's right. That's right. Girl, I agree. It was disgusting, and like you said, and I agree with you. I felt bad for Chris, but at the same time, he probably wanted to diffuse the situation, so he didn't apologize. I don't think he should have apologized. I'm sorry. Like, he was the one that was assaulted. Why is he apologizing?
Exactly.
He was doing his job, and Jada was not the only one. Who do you think you are, Jada Pinkett Smith? Like, honestly, who do you think you are? Like, you're not exempt from being joked on. I'm sorry. Nobody, like you said, no one joked about her alopecia specifically. No one said anything about that. Okay, he was making a joke specifically about the style of you know, the style that she's wearing, and that's it. So, like, why do you feel the need to you know, provoke this situation? You know the kind of mind control that you have over your husband. You knew what he was going to do. And then there was a photo of them, like, there was a photo of them, like, embracing after he had done that. I think after he had won the Oscar, they were, like, embracing and hugging. I'm like, y'all doing all of that for y'all to go home and sleep in separate beds? Stop it. Y'all are corny.
Listen, preach it to the choir. Preach it to the prayer.
They're corny.
Preach it to the choir. Girl, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, and I know people are gonna say, "Oh no, he knew." Listen, I didn't even know Jada Pinkett had alopecia.
I did not know.
What if he genuinely didn't even know?
Did not know.
I didn't know.
No.
Because who's checking for Jada? Because women do it all the time, and she's always so confident in how she looks, and she's always rocked low haircuts. I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought the girl was looking like a queen, and that was it.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like he genuinely probably did not know and just saw her with her short hair and you know, made the G.I. Jane or Joe or who made a haircut. I don't know what the heck, but
and we're definitely on the same page about it. Will Smith was dead wrong. Okay. And the fact that you're now, because he did issue an apology to Chris after the fact. Whatever. So you know that what you did was wrong. So now I'm curious though. I wonder how that panned over with Jada. Like she probably was like, "Oh, don't apologize." Like what you apologizing for? What did you go up there and slap him for? I thought you were defending me.
Will is not exempt from making irrational decisions.
No.
You know, and sometimes, you know, I think, and I will say with these celebrities, sometimes people think, you know, oh, they have it together. Or even if they don't, which we know the Smiths don't, none of us do. You know, it just goes to show maybe, you know, he's not as okay as maybe he seems, or these celebrities or rich people are not as okay as they seem. And he's human, and I get it. You know, sometimes you can act irrational or act out. We've all done it. My problem is I don't feel like it was genuine in defending his wife.
Right.
That's my problem. You know, apart from the fact that I don't think it was something where he couldn't, after the fact, be like, come on, bro, what's up? You know what I'm saying? But I think it was more about his ego.
Yeah.
I think it was about his ego. I think it was just shows, like you had mentioned earlier, the toxicity in their relationship, where this man, okay, because Eb, if he laughed at first, if he laughed, what about what they have going on would cause her, for her to just simply roll her eyes and smuck her mouth, would cause Will to feel like he had to get up. Because let's just be real. Let's say, because as man and woman, as a spouse, as a partner,
right?
Let's say, okay, somebody makes a joke about me. I don't think it's funny. My husband laughs. I make the face.
Right.
Why doesn't Will feel like he could have told his wife, you know, I did laugh. I thought it was funny. I didn't think that much deeper about it. You know, I'm sorry if you felt like I was being insensitive, but I really wasn't. That just goes to show you that toxicness is so right on the surface of their relationship.
Yeah.
That they couldn't talk about it when they got home.
It's true.
You feel me?
It's true. Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. For her, in order for her to feel any kind of remorse from him, he needed to do something in that moment for her to say, okay, you know, no, he got my back. And it had to be the extreme. It couldn't be anything that, because let's play devil's advocate. Let's try to be on Will's side for just 1 second. If he really felt slighted and he felt that his wife was disrespected, he could have just did what he did when he sat back down.
I agree.
Yelled out, keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I agree.
He didn't have to go up there and slap him.
Why
would you do that?
Why would?
But that wouldn't have been enough for Jada, because Jada wants Tupac. Let's just be honest. Jada wants Tupac. Jada is still on Tupac, God rest his soul. She is still on him. She wants what she had in Tupac and Will Smith.
She wants Tupac. She wants August. She wants, you know, even though August, I don't think is about that. Like, but I'm just saying, like, in terms of like, it ain't Will.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I agree with you. I'm just gonna step the. I agree.
She wants that persona.
Exactly.
And he's falling into it.
And then if, because let's be real, if Jada hadn't made that face, Will wouldn't have done that. And I don't even want to hear, oh, he was defending his wife, because he wouldn't have laughed.
No, exactly.
It would have been instant.
Exactly. Yep.
And what I thought he was, you know, in terms of the way he conducts himself usually in his profession. I'm not saying in his personal life, in his profession.
Right.
Why couldn't you? Another thing, and this is really quick, walking up like on him like that was whack.
That was whack.
That was whack. Because even at the moment of Will walking up to him, like you said, Chris could have not expected that. He could have thought Will was gonna take the mic and do whatever.
Yep.
Why not, when this man is alone and you and him are together, and you let him know you're coming to him with this kind of force? I didn't appreciate what you said.
That's right.
X, Y, and Z, keep my family's name out your mouth. I feel like me and you have a relationship where I should be, you know, you already know how I feel about my family, or whatever the case is.
Yep.
He could have dealt with him man to man behind the scenes.
That's right. Yep. That is so true.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Listen.
I agree. That was some whack stuff. Like first of all, he went up there like he was a gangster. He came off stage like he was some gangster. Like you're absolutely right. You're a grown man. You're a father at that. Like, and he's a grown man. So don't go up there and disrespecting that man by slapping him and then walking off like you somebody.
Don't do that.
Exactly. That's completely disrespectful. And then I don't know if you saw Jaden Smith. He had I think it was definitely in relation to in response to somebody tweeting about the incident. So he like, that's how we do it. So now y'all all gangster now? Like y'all all about that life? None of y'all all about that.
Why you ain't tweet? That's how we do it when your mom slept around publicly on your dad.
With his friend. It's supposed to be his friend.
His friend. Your friend was messing with your mom, sleeping around and disrespecting your father, but y'all all gangster now, but ain't nobody did nothing to August.
August still out here.
August
unslapped.
Unslapped and unbothered.
And honest, exactly. Like you literally embarrassed your husband. Like you made him look like less of a man in front of the world's eyes. And I felt like you said, her attitude just made her look just disgusting to me. Like you don't look like you want to be here. Like you're supposed to be celebrating your husband. You know, you've done so much to this man. Why can't you let him have his moment? This is his moment.
This is his moment. And to me, a real woman would have been like, I'm just saying, and this is my opinion. Even if I didn't like it and I knew my husband got upset or I didn't hear her say, babe, come back, sit down, not right now.
That's a great point.
Saying? Not right now. You let your husband, she didn't get up, she didn't run up to him, she didn't try to stop him, she didn't send Jada, she didn't send Willow, whoever else was sitting next to them, go get your father. Go get him.
So true.
Don't let him do this to himself.
Exactly.
She probably enjoyed that. She probably enjoyed having Will make that spectacle of himself so that he can be the one being talked about. I don't even want to hear that.
Exactly. I agree. She's extremely selfish. And, you know, I really hope that, because there's clearly anger and rage and a lot of animosity deeply rooted in Will Smith. And he needs help. Like, he genuinely needs help.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No. But he has to, he needs to seek it. You have too much money to not seek help. I'm sorry. You need help, because aside from your marital problems, there's something deeply rooted in you that caused you to lash out like that against a fellow comedian, against somebody just doing their job that did not do anything personal to your wife. I could see if Chris Rock went down on in the audience and rubbed her head, then I could see you slapping the mess out of him, like, what you doing touching my wife?
Exactly.
He did none of that.
And he was about to move on. You know, so whatever Will needs to work out, he got to get it worked out. You know, I'm sure you have that man's number. Why did you have to apologize to him on Snapchat? Don't do that, Will. Don't be a part of the Shade Room crew.
Exactly.
Where people vent on Snapchat instead of letting somebody know, you know, and give this man the proper apology.
That's right.
Listen, y'all. Agree to disagree with us. Let us know in the comments. What do you think? What do you feel? You know, we welcome all kinds of comments. We want to know what you guys think. Y'all. We good. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and do what, Ev?
And to hit that notification bell. Ding.
All right, y'all. Later.
All right, bye, y'all.
Subscribe.
It's official. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Ding. Sistas Bonafide.